Hey guys, what's going on? Doing another Wellness Wednesday video, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was kind of going along with last week's. Talked about finding a why, talked about some different goals and different stuff like that. Been getting a lot of stuff in the gym recently, asking questions about nutrition, post-workouts, pre-workouts, mid-workout, all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I wanted to kind of bring to y'all's attention, I kind of wanted to ask the question, are you aware of what you're consuming? And not just like what you're consuming, but are you aware of, could you tell me in the last week what you ate, what you drank, when you ate that, when you drank it, and how you felt? And if you can't do that, then I would challenge you to start tracking your food. There are a ton of great apps out there. I'm not going to make a plug for any of them, but it's something that you should probably start doing if your nutrition is something that you're struggling in. It's always a really great tool to be able to, at the end of the week, look back at your food, or even the end of the day, and say, like, man, I just don't feel like I have a ton of energy. And you look and say, like, oh, shoot, like, I really only ate one meal, and then I kind of snacked, and I trained at 11:30, and then I went home and I played with my kids for an hour. So yeah, I am pretty worn down. Maybe I need to eat a little bit more. Or it might be something where you're like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that I ate breakfast, I had a snack when I got to work, I had lunch, then the boss took me out for a late lunch, I felt obligated to eat, so I ate again. Then I started eating again in the afternoon because I was bored at my desk. I had dinner, and then I had dessert, and then at like 11:30 I made a sandwich. Like, I understand these things happen, but it's really good to be able to say, like, oh, dang, like, I've been doing that for weeks now, or I've been under eating for weeks, or even if you're not sure how to figure it out on your own, you can then go to one of your coaches and say, hey, I've been tracking my stuff. Can you look at this, and can you kind of tell me what you think? So not just tracking your food, but it's just kind of being aware of what you're putting in your body. Are you just like buying kind of whatever, not really looking at the package to see if there's any artificial things or anything, or like if you're just like, are you only eating processed foods? Are you going through the drive-through more times than not? Those kind of things pop up as you start to pay attention to what you're eating as well. And then you can say, like, well, wow, I've eaten out, every night this week, and it hasn't been great choices. Or it could be the opposite. Like, I'm eating very clean, but I'm not seeing the gains that I want to get. So my Wellness Wednesday topic is essentially, people oftentimes tend to have these really big goals and have these things that they want to do, especially, these things are going to be especially tied into their nutrition. And then nutrition ends up being something they realize that after training for a few months, that nutrition is going to be the biggest factor in achieving these goals. So now you ask these questions, how should I eat? Well, it's, how do you eat now? And you're not able to answer that question. So that's kind of my advice there, would to be just start tracking, be aware of what you're doing, always be cognizant of what's going on, what you're putting into your body, how often you're training, all those things. Track everything that you can. The best way to figure out where you're going is to know for sure where you are and where you've been. That way you don't get lost and you end up just making circles. So kind of the challenge to you guys would be start tracking your foods, even start tracking your workouts, start tracking your sleep, start tracking those things. And if you have any questions about that kind of stuff, if you need some nutrition advice, you can always reach out to 3Q Fitness. If that's something that you need help with. If you're a current member and you have some questions, always feel free to give us a shout, reach out to your roster coach. We can be reached at info@3qfitness.com or any of our first names, Justin, Mark, or Robert at 3qfitness.com. So if you guys are watching this, I appreciate it. Just kind of, give us a shout if you have any other questions. Give us a comment for feedback. Give us a like on Facebook. Go follow us on Instagram. Go to our, Facebook page, all that kind of good stuff. We do have a Snapchat. So, we're going to be cooking out some content every week. Starting in August, we're going to have a really consistent schedule, some really exciting things for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. All right, awesome. You guys take care.